lights, camera, action. Morris Grehan on the sideline, on our sideline camera, and he has it pointed not on the pitch but at the crowd, because there's a great crowd in the stand here. You see the blue there, that's the Dubs, that's St Vincent's, and they are here for the first time in a few years. They won the Leinster Senior in 2019. Since then, Oulart The Ballagh have been the bosses in this competition, going for 3 in a row today. The officials are all out in the middle. I see Ray Kelly out there. He's not the referee today though, it is John Dermody. There's more lovely crowd shots of people coming into the ground. Big stand here in a lovely venue. We love this venue, not only because it's sunny. I see Kate Kelly actually just down below us there, of course, the Wexford legend, who's just come in, probably just to the left of the shot there. She's just making her way up with a Wexford coloured scarf, and she's looking to see where she's going to get a seat today. That's Kate Kelly, and she is joining the rest of the crowd in the stand, which is packed, I have to say, absolutely packed. The team out warming up there is St Vincent's in the blue. As I've mentioned, that's their colours, the famous Dublin club, and the famous Wexford club up against them. We have 2 famous clubs here, 2 heavyweights of the Leinster Senior Club Championship, and they're the officials out in the middle, as I was saying. Shane Foley's out there, who refereed the game yesterday, and Liz Dempsey involved as well, but John Dermody from Westmeath is the referee today. Now I wonder, can we get more crowd shots? Out some Oulart people as well. That's the Oulart squad out there warming up, and there we see some nice shots of people in the stand here. It's Carlow IT now, Sigerson and Fitzgibbon and things like that. Today it is the Leinster Senior Club Championship final. So a little bit unusual, but great to be here, and great to be amongst the crowd in the stand. A terrific facility here, and the pitch looks to be in great condition, and we're blessed with winter sunshine as well. Now I have to say, there is a bit of a wind that was down there, and it's going from right to left as you will be watching the game, so it'll be interesting to see who wins the toss. And the other advantage that the team who plays from right to left will have, apart from the wind behind them, will be a strong sun in the eyes of the goalkeeper down to the left. So the goal to the right has the sun up behind it, so that will be tricky, very tricky. Yesterday we did the Leinster Junior B Championship final in Abbottstown, and again, great day there, great facility, great surface, and a great game as well, really good quality. And that's Junior B, so this is supposed to be well above that. This is Senior, and we're expecting a cracker indeed. We did it last year, and we saw Oulart The Ballagh winning last year with Ursula Jacob, and of course Ursula has retired since then, so it's unusual to see them without Ursula. Recently we did the Dublin County final. That was in Parnell Park on a Friday night under lights, and the day that Brian Mullins sadly passed away from the St Vincent's Club, of course. So it was a poignant night for them, but they won in his honour that night. They beat Na Fianna that night in the final, and they are now challenging for Leinster. As I say, they haven't won it since 2019, and Oulart are going for a 3 in a row. Let's remind you that we are live on YouTube, and I will welcome your comments there on the live chat around. There's Kate just come past me now. Kate taking her position. She's trying to find a seat. I think it's so packed here, it's hard to find it. Maybe she's involved with a radio commentator here. That's what it is, actually. So she is involved just round to our right here. So yeah, send me your comments, and later on, towards the end, I will be asking for your nominations for player of the match. Long way away from that though, so a good crowd building so far on the YouTube channel. I will go to the teams now, that's what you want to know. I haven't heard of any changes, although we don't always hear, but so far we haven't. The teams: Oulart The Ballagh in red and black from Wexford. Lauren Sinnott in goal. She's the sister of Siobhan, who plays at 15. 2 is Katie Roach. 3, Ciara Story, an All-Ireland winner in 2010 and 2011. Her dad, of course, is Martin Story. She'll be 33 in January. That's the fullback Ciara Story, so lots of experience. But if you think that's a lot, number 4 is Karen Atkinson, 2012 All-Ireland county winning captain. Will be 36 this Friday. Her birthday's on Friday, 5 days away from hitting 36. And at number 7 in front of her, Mary Lacey, 36, may even be 37 now, come to think about it. Goes back to 2001, incredible. Won an All-Star in 2004, another one in 2007. Hashtag the toughest. So down the left of the defence for Oulart, they have Karen Atkinson and Mary Lacey. That is some experience they have there. At centre half-back, they have Aideen Brennan. At number 5, they have Aoife Dunn. At midfield, more experience. Stacey Keogh, she's a twin of Shelley, the captain, at 11. Anish Curran is at number 9, and in the forwards, 10 is Katie Gallagher, 11 is Shelley, 12 Louise Sinnott, she's a sister Laura who's in the subs, 13 Maria O'Dowd, who was actually cornerback or listed at number 2 last year, 14 Shauna Sinnott, 15 Siobhan Sinnott, and Siobhan's sister, as I say, the goalkeeper, and another sub, Neve, is another sister of Siobhan. And Lauren in the subs, you've Una Lacey, the legend, Mary's sister at 16, Leanne Nolan 17, Katie Murphy 18, Brona Kenny 19, Laura Sinnott 20, Michaela Hawkins 21, Cora Redmond 22, Sarah Walsh 23, Neve Sinnott 24, 25 Chloe Fortune, 26 Robin McCarthy, 27 Ciara Blake, 28 Aoife Walsh, 29 Jenny Grimes. Captains out in the middle there. So Shelley Coe is out there, she's just departed the scene. And for St Vincent's, their captain is Murren Kelleher, wearing 15. We're going to have a Respect the Referee initiative here where the chairperson of Leinster Camogie, Linda Kenny, is involved. Now, we're kind of the wrong side of it, I think, but you're getting the gist of it there. The captain's shaking hands with the referees, and Linda as well, showing respect and reminding everybody to respect the referees. A nice touch, we had it yesterday as well, and respect between the captains as well. There's the midfield for Oulart, Stacey Keogh and Curran wearing number 9. So they're off to our right, if you like. They are practicing into the goals where the sun is coming from that direction, so that's a tough one if you're shooting into it, but even worse if you're a goalkeeper at the other end. That's the famous Oulart The Ballagh down at that end. 4 All-Irelands, I think it is, in 10 years. And of course they stopped the juggernaut that was Slaughtneil a couple of years ago, and Slaughtneil were beaten, I think it was last week, just by Lochgale. So Lochgale from Antrim will be competing in the All-Ireland series. So that is Oulart. Let's do the Dubs now. St Vincent's from Dublin in the blue and white management this year, Aoife Drumgoole and Tom Russell. In goals, number 1 Dara Cook, 2 Ciara O'Leary, 3 Deirdre Johnston, 4 Laura Smith, 5 Ellen McGovern, 6 Gráinne Quinn, ever reliable, stalwart, 7 Ava Marie Elliott, and at midfield they have Anya Woods wearing 8 and Danielle Smith wearing 9. In the forwards, Neve Heatherton, All-Ireland Ladies Gaelic football winner, played centre half back last year for Vincent's, this year in a freer role in the forwards, played well in the county final. 11 Ava Lamb, brilliant young player. 12 Claire Donnelly, 13 Anya Fanning, long serving player, she coaches the kids in the club. 14 Aisling Maher, Dublin star of course, Dublin's first All-Star in 2017 for 10 years, and of course she is the free taker and didn't miss much in the county final in Parnell Park, scored 12 points including 8 frees. And then number 15 Murren Kelleher from County Clare, she is named at 15, she is the captain, but she won't stay there, she'll come out the field. In the subs, 16 Roisin Higgins, 17 is Ali Maguire, another legend in the club, long servant to club and county. 18 Roisin Drohan, spent a spell in Australia. 19 Anna Sullivan, a minor a couple of years ago. 20 Abby Farrell, 21 Aoife Trainer, 23 Evelyn Toomey, 24 Shauna McBride, and I'll come back to the rest. Whoa, what an atmosphere and what a crowd packed in here waiting for this game, and what a clash we're expecting between the heavyweights of the Leinster Championship. I just see Hilda Breslin, the Camogie president coming in as well. She'll be lucky to get a seat even though she's the president. I'm sure she'll be okay. On the subs, are nearly finished them. 24, Shauna McBride. 22, Grace Gilroy. Her dad is Pat, of course. And they are the subs for St Vincent's. Few comments coming in on the live chat that I requested. Daniel Sinnott, best of luck to Oulart The Ballagh from Melbourne. And Maeve Bulger says, go on the Vins from Maeve in Belgium. And RB says, best of luck, Vince, from Big Paul in Honolulu. Now, are you really? Come on, is that the name of a pub on the north side? I think you're messing. I would need to see a photograph for proof. But anyway, we have definitely got Belgium and Australia on board, so thanks for that. Let us know where you're watching from as the game goes on and what you think of the game. We're nearly ready. Beautiful, bright winter sunshine. It's the red and black, the famous colours of Oulart, shining brightly. And I'm seeing where they're going, and it looks like Oulart are playing from left to right, so they're playing into the sun and into the wind in the first half, so that's going to be tough for them, and it's going to be tough for their goalkeeper, Lauren Sinnott, down there to the left. She'll definitely need a cap. No, you can't wear a cap because you've got a helmet on. What am I thinking? So she's going to have a tricky time in there watching the ball. We're off and running. John Dermody gets the ball in, and the first pull on it is Stacey Keogh, who's going to get the first attack going. Ball going from right to left. No, it's not, because Oulart have got it, and they pump it into the forwards right away in, looking for their full forward to get on the ball, and it breaks nicely, and it's Siobhan Sinnott who's trying to get through but isn't able to. Looked for a second there like she was going to get a shot away. I think that's number 9. Quite hard to see the numbers there because the black gets lost in the blue band on the St Vincent's jerseys, but I think it was the number 9, Danielle Smith, into space here, and there's plenty of room here. She runs into it and gets the ball and leads it off quite well. That was good work by Elliott, and then by Donnelly. That's good play again by Heatherton, just putting it straight into the forwards, but well watched despite the sun over in that far lost in the Navy, especially from distance on that far side. Again, the hurl isn't required, and it's Ciara Story who clears her lines and gets it into the St Vincent's half. So no real pattern so far in the first minute and a half. Both teams just cancelling each other out. 1.5 minutes, no fireworks yet, but a sense of anticipation here. Two terrific teams in the AIB Leinster Senior Camogie Championship final. There's the second high ball that's gone in looking for the full forward, Shauna Sinnott, but it hasn't got there. Good reading by the defence. I think it was Deirdre Johnston over there. Experienced county player. It's well watched again despite the sun and batted down. The Oulart defence in the right corner, that might have been Katie Roach. Watched again by the defence, but referee blows, and that's a free in to Oulart for the foul on Siobhan Sinnott. But strikes it quite well, might not carry, it doesn't carry, and it's well watched and well taken on the left hand as well. And Clara's Aoife Dunn, but then she runs into trouble. So nobody really imposing themselves so far in this game, but a chance now for Ava Lamb, and she does well. Off she goes as well, solos it as well, needs to leave it off her shoot, but she's lost the slither in there, she's run into traffic. And eventually they get a point, so the first score of the game goes to St Vincent's. Just over 3 minutes gone, and St Vincent's 1 point to the good. Nice move all the way down the left, seemed to break down, but they got the point in the end. Right in the middle, that's Keogh going for it, but spills. She battles to try and win it and gets an important touch on it, but Vincent's may still get to it. Let's see what transpires here. Every time you think one team gets it, they seem to lose it. So we'll just wait and watch and see if somebody can take control. And they do. Oulart eventually looking again for Sinnott, but doesn't get there. Good tigerish defending once again. And they love to play this low ball into the forwards, and why not when you've got forwards like Aisling Maher in there. But where are they going to get? They need to get a bit of help. And now it is Maher on her left side, goes for a second point, that's gone to the right. Ooh, could have ended up so easily in the net, but ended up behind the net there. But Maher, was she going for a point, was she going for a pass, ended up with neither. Now this is a tricky one for the goalkeeper. You see her trying to shield her eyes from the sun, Puts it high out to the left, and that's batted down towards Heatherton. She comes in to meet it. Doesn't get there, though. It's well read by Ciara O'Leary, number 2, but Oulart get it. Centre half forward and captain Shelley Keogh on the ball. Early on, they haven't scored yet. She lays it off. That was maybe the wrong option. She left it off to Shauna Sinnott, but it went behind her. Or maybe she had just stepped forward at the vital moment. Either way, they didn't connect, and that was an opportunity to get through for a score. At least a goal. At least a point, rather, but they didn't get anything. It's a wasted opportunity. Maybe the sun was a factor. Maybe it was in her eyes and she laid it off rather than go for score. Ended up with nothing. On the live chat on the YouTube page, Andrew Borwick says Fiona Fogarty and Andy watching from Cambodia, come on the Vinnies, and Jill McGuire supporting the Vinnies from Paris. Are you really all this international online, or are you winding me up? There's a lot of people watching anyway, wherever you're from. And Joe Russell says, come on the Vinnies, from Joe in Tip. I believe that one now. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. It is being provided free by Leinster Camogie, the showpiece game in the club championships. We have the other finals at Junior A, Junior B, Intermediate, but this is the big one. Oulart haven't scored yet, playing into the wind and into the strong sun behind the St Vincent's goals. 1 point down after 6 minutes. Vincent's defending very well. Usually when the commentator says that, it breaks down, but no. Good work by Jerome Quinn, I think that wasn't. Gets great distance on it. Maybe that was the wind advantage that I was talking about. Oh, and I was going to say well defended. She lost her hurl, but the referee has given a free and says that is a foul by the fullback Ciara Story. So should be a straightforward opportunity for Vincent's to go 2 to the good. Maher comes over to take it. Scored 8 frees in Parnell Park in the Dublin final, and 4 from play. So this should be meat and drink to the 2017 Camogie All-Star. 2 points to no score, 7 minutes gone. Goalkeeper Sinnott, where's she going with this again? Shielding her eyes. Went out left the last time. Acts as if she spots somewhere a little bit of movement. Puts it out to more this side where the stand is. Breaks. Well won in there in midfield. That's good tenacity from Oulart. And there's a roar goes up as soon as the ball goes into their forwards every time. It was brilliant work by Stacey Keogh in the middle of the field. And this is her sister now, Shelley Keogh, the captain. Off her left side, puts a great ball in, but it's not taken in there by Shauna Sinnott. She hasn't got going yet, it just hasn't worked for her. But it is difficult in there, and the conditions, she'll be much happier in the second half, I would imagine. And that ball looking for number 12, Claire Donnelly, but didn't have the strength, so Oulart come again. Oulart certainly well in the game. They haven't got a score on board yet, but they're certainly winning a lot of the exchanges and driving the ball forward, and that's exactly what they're doing. And there's another one for Sinnott to chase, but a tough one for her to chase. It was just a little bit too high for her, and the defender's doing well, and she looks like she's fallen on the defender, but the referee has not blown. He's letting them go at it in there. What's going to happen? Oh, there is a chance. Looked like the number 13 was at Marie O'Dowd trying to pull on it, but in the end it has gone wide. I think it's well, there's an injury there as well, but nothing from that attack again. Or has he blown for a free? And I don't think so. No, it's a wide ball, I think. So a little bit of a hold up there because of that injury. 8.5 minutes gone. 2 points to no score. Again, I will welcome your comments on the live chat on the YouTube channel. The latest one has come in from Kiva Doyle. Best of luck to Kevin Doyle and the Oulart girls watching from Perth. Thank you for that. She looks to be gingerly getting to her feet, but looks okay to continue. Now the puck out from Dara Cook. Into the middle of the field. Drops in front of a couple of players. Again, it's Oulart winning those exchanges and driving forward through Katie Gallagher. Repelled by St Vincent's. And they use the wind to try and get it down there. But again, good defending. Good tight battle there over the sideline. Eventually it's a sideline ball for the number 11 Ava Lamb for Vincent. It's got one of those games that you just feel might just take a few different lives as the game goes on. There's definitely a sense of anticipation that this could be a cracker of a game. Both teams just feeling each other out early on. Nobody really imposing themselves, but it has potential. Off the stick of Keogh, but where is it going? Who's going to get there first? Everyone has to be alert. You have to get out in front, and then you have to try and win the second ball, and that's what O'Dowd does. There's O'Dowd fouled. No, she isn't. They come back out and they get it as far as Louise Sinnott. That's a great ball, looking for her captain. Can she get there? A challenge comes in. She's still there. She's surrounded by white and blue jerseys. Forced to come back out. Great defending from St. Vincent so far in this game. But have they conceded the first point in the game? They have. Good defending, but great forward play as well. Let's see a replay off it here and see who put it over in the end. I'm going to say Sinnott. It's a pretty good bet because there's quite a few Sinnotts out there, but I think it was. 10 minutes gone. Oulart on the board. 2-1. Again, around this area of the field, Oulart's so sharp. Always getting to the wall. And Gallagher hands it to her midfielder, Stacey Keogh, and off she goes. Impressive running and impressive play. Has she got a score? Oh, she's just put it to the left. That was very unlucky. She had an option to her right, but went on her own and just missed the target. But a very good effort. But again, it came from winning the second ball around the middle of the field. They're just so sharp to those balls. Way over on the far sideline. Great catch. Brilliant catch, and comes straight back at the Vincents. Well, if Oulart are doing this well into the wind and the sun, what are they going to be like in the second half? Aoife Dunn goes for that for Oulart. Gets there, gets a bit of help. Kicked into space. A good determined play as well by Stacey Keogh. What a player she is. What a set of twins the Keoghs are. Driving their team forward in the first 12 minutes of this game. Chance for Vincent to get an attack going. It's sort of been stop-start, but that's got great distance on it. Goes all the way through to Mara, who takes it rather easily. Tries to get a little bit of room, but she's bottled up in there. Referee has a close eye on proceedings and just letting them go. Ball eventually pops out, and Aoife Dunn is there. And Aoife Dunn clears her lines. That's good play by her. Vincent's get it again though, and they have a chance here to put it straight back in there, and that's exactly what Eva Marie Elliott does it. Way over that far corner. Well watched by Karen Atkinson, I think that is. Comes inside. This is good play. Can they come out though? Can they get room to clear? That's Curran under pressure. And eventually it's turned over. And that's dangerous. That could just drop in over there. Under the bar, but it went over the bar, and I think it was 17. It is 17, and of course that is Ali Maguire. Didn't spot that earlier, but she is in the game. As I say, hard to see the black on the navy, so I wasn't sure if that was 13 from a distance, but that is 17. Of course, Ali Maguire, you see the style that she always has, and she put that over expertly, and that is 3-1. Great catch in the middle of the field, left-handed there. That's superb play by Jerome Quinn. We expect it of her all the time, of course, and she always delivers. Vincent's just coming back into it a little bit more, but they haven't had as much rhythm, shall we say, to their their pattern of play. They haven't had too many attacks, and they've been a little bit stop-start, a little bit sporadic. So they are leading by 3-1, but you'd say that Oulart have won more of the exchange and have had more of the game, strangely enough. Blue skies here in Carlow. Watching the Blues from Dublin. Shot on our sideline camera there. Oh, and she doesn't connect very well at all. Donnelly comes in to try and take advantage of the situation. Isn't able to. And eventually goes over, and it's a Oulart ball. Ray Kelly on the spot there with that decision, the linesperson. Curran looking to take it quickly. Right beside her, camera. Great shot there by Morris, right beside her. And she gets a good connection on it this time. And it's Louise Sinnott. And she gives it to Keogh. And every time she gets it, you hear a roar from the crowd of anticipation. And that's a little bit ambitious from there. And that's the second time. Her sister did that a few minutes ago. Maybe need to just work it in a little bit more, especially with that son. So that's 2 wides from the Keogh's twin sisters in the last few minutes. And that's 3-1. They've only scored once so far. Lots of endeavour, but it's not showing on the scoreline. Vincent's not getting forward too often, but when they get forward, they do look dangerous. But again, around the middle of the field, it's Oulart The Ballagh winning the majority of the exchanges. Jerome Quinn now for Vincent's. On her knees, but still clears it, but it's going to be an Oulart ball. On YouTube, Alan Fagan has sent us a little message and is enjoying the coverage. Emma and Alan Fagan watching in Massachusetts, in Andover, wishing Vincent's all the best. International audience for this game in Carlow between Oulart The Ballagh in the famous red and black, and here they come in that famous red and black, and the Keogh sister Shelley, the captain this time, is on target. I doubted it there for a moment the way the one of the umpires reacted, but the other gave it. So 3-2, and Oulart have hit the target. Cook goes off to her right, but 2 players to 1 there for Oulart, and the majority rules. They're really dominating around that midfield sector and half-back, Oulart The Ballagh. A little bit of a concern for Vincent's. It's more effective for them when they get the ball over that and they play it long. They've got the distance. When they get that and get over that area, around the full forward area, they're more influential. Quinn is back there, running back sideways and still managed to intercept. Doing well in defence, St Vincent's, but it's this ball that needs to stick a little bit better. Heatherton tried to get a hand to it, doesn't. And look how lively Oulart are in these little exchanges. And there was surely a foul there, and the referee went to blow and then does blow. Fist pump goes up from Aoife Dunn for Oulart. They know how important it is to win those sort of balls, and that's exactly what I've been saying. The ball not sticking around that area. And I noticed Heatherton actually has been followed by Katie Roach, the number 2. That's the matchup that they have there. They're both around the middle, or the back half forward area. Ball drops in dangerously, but I think it's gone out for a 65, and indeed it has. So Ray Kelly, the linesperson, immediately runs onto the pitch. He'll take care of that situation. So 400 devices so far on YouTube monitoring this game from all over Ireland and in different parts all over the world as well. Lots of interest in the AIB Leinster Senior Camogie Championship final. It's a tricky one for the girl in the red jersey and the red helmet, right in front of the post, but strong sun there. Has to forget about that. Doesn't connect too well. That's going to drop short. Well watched in there though, and well taken on the left hand. And she gets her free out as well. That's super defending. And I think it was the goalkeeper actually. It was Dara Cook who came out and claimed that one as a defender. You would love your goalkeeper to do that all day long. So Oulart playing very well, but just haven't found their range quite a number of times from frees and from play. And strangely enough, despite having most of the game, they trail. Again, they win it on the second ball around the middle. And good lively play as well, good support play. Louise Sinnott gets it up into the Vincent's half, but Jerome Quinn sends it back with interest down into the right corner. And off they go looking for it, and it's going to be a Vincent's ball. "19 minutes gone. We've only had 5 scores, so quite low scoring. But I think that will change. A little bit of room here for Heatherton, is it? And now there's a chance the ball goes going across the goals, and that's easy for the goalkeeper, Lauren Sinnott, and that's a good clearance by her as well, because she has spotted Katie Gallagher in room. Katie puts it down, but that maybe wasn't the best option because Siobhan Sinnott was surrounded by blue and white jerseys. Crossfield by Claire Donnelly, and it works, and that's Ali, but the referee has given a decision against her, so it's going to be a free for Oulart. Is he saying that she picked it off the ground? Possibly. Took my eye off it there for a second, but it definitely is a free to Oulart. That's the important thing. Trying to read the numbers. I think I may have got Heatherton mixed up once or twice. Again, it's just hard to read those numbers. Come back to that in a second, but St Vincent's have it now. Oh, good interception there by Aoife Dunn. She's having a terrific game. And yeah, it's number 19 you see there in that shot, just there for Vincent's 19. It looks like 10, but it's actually 19. So you see the circle above the navy, but you don't see the rest until it's up close. But that is 19. So St Vincent's number 19. Anna Sullivan, a minor in 2020. She's been in since the start. Now the sun's just gone in, and that's why our shot's gone a little bit dark very suddenly from bright sunshine to dull. The referee has come over as well, and is there a little bit of treatment required right on the sideline? We're right beside it there with our cameras. You'll see exactly what's happening. A little bit of tape required for Claire Donnelly there. Maybe a slight hand injury there. Not enough to stop the likes of Claire Donnelly playing, and indeed from taking this sideline. She might strike her camera here. No, nice connection. Gets it in low, but again, who's sharpest in there? It's Oulart, and it's Katie Gallagher. And they're moving it around in tight areas there, and they clear their lines. Get it up into the forwards. Maria O'Dowd there, number 13. Was corner back last year, corner forward this year, but she is muscled out of it there. Curran puts it right back in, looking for Sinnott, but again, Sinnott is beaten to the ball. And I think she fouls her player. She does. Referee gives advantage and lets them go on. So Jerome Quinn pumps it down into the Oulart half. Haven't had any real drama just yet. We've had no goals or real goal incidents yet. But you just feel that this game is a bit on a powder keg. It just could explode. It's got potential. There's Heatherton in there trying to get round Atkinson, and she gets round her. Now we may have the goal chance, and she gets it in the end, and she pulls on it and sends it to the net, and there is the goal. Heatherton has delivered out of absolutely nothing. She got round Atkinson and did really well for the first goal of the game, and that's put daylight between the teams. Such strong play there, and a composed finish as well when the goalkeeper came out to just put it low into the net. 22 minutes gone, and it's 1-3 to 2 points. First real blow of the game delivered by Vincent from the ladies Gaelic football star Heatherton. That's livened things up a little bit. I did ask for it, and I got it. 22.5 minutes gone, and now Oulart 4 points down despite playing extremely well in this first half, and that makes it intriguing. I think Vincent will need that lead going into the second half. This is Gallagher, the captain. I did say she wouldn't play around the corner, and I think that's clearly a hole there, and the referee has spotted that. I think we all spotted that. I think there were people in the houses over on the far side spotted that. Free in. And I wonder, will she get booked here as well for that deliberate hold on Maher? Maher hasn't seen too much of the ball, but when it has come into her, she has won that personal battle there, it has to be said. And indeed, a yellow card shown to Ciara Story, the fullback. And that will be a concern for Oulart if she's on that yellow and up against Maher, who is so dangerous. And Maher, of course, puts it over. 1-4 plays 2, 5 points in it. Lauren Sinnott. Well taken on the stick by Anna Sullivan, but Oulart get it and then give it away. It's good play by Danielle Smith, number 9. Went looking for the return, but it didn't come. This is Keogh. Needs a little bit of help. Good, determined play coming in there from Ellen McGovern for Vincent. There's a low ball into the forwards. Bit of a nightmare for defenders, especially when it's Aisling Maher. And this time, the fullback Ciara Story standing off her. Great play by Maher, keeping going. 3 players around her. She's still going on the left side, and she's still going, but loses the ball in the end, and it's a free in. She is causing trouble in there. You might even go stronger than that and say she's causing havoc in there. It's a goal in the last couple of minutes and a couple of frees, and the referee might be taking another name here. Looks like it, so it could be 2 bookings in a couple of minutes. And if that had been the same player, of course, Vincent's would have been down to 2. Instead, it's 2 bookings, and that time the card was for Mary Lacey. Just checking on YouTube, we're up to around 500 devices now. D-Max says best of luck to all the Oulart girls and managers watching from Killarney in Kerry. Well, they've found themselves going quite far behind in this game in the last 5 minutes or so, after being well in it and playing well. But now there's 5 in it, soon to be 6. Maher surely will go for a point. No, she goes for goal, actually. I was wondering there just at the last minute the way she was shaping for it, and the players on the line were all ready for it. And I'm not sure why she would go for goal so early in the game. I would expect that usually management would want you to take your point. Maybe she thought that she could surprise them there, but that has to go down as missing an opportunity, because she could just very easily have popped it over the bar. As it is, it's still a 5-point game, but could be costly in the end. Vincent's coming through the middle, beautifully taken by Donnelly. But that's not a great ball. That's easy for Kitty Roach. She's in the right place, as they often are, the defenders. Mary Lacey, and cleared deep, but it's going straight to Grania Quinn, and Grania gets a hand to it, but then it's well taken there by Maria O'Dowd, who read that well. Tries to get it in towards one of the Sinnets, but it doesn't get there. St Vincent's in defence have been excellent in this game. They've only conceded the 2 points, and most of the time the ball has gone straight back out again. This is Elliott, and Elliott does clear her lines, but both teams have at least one sweeper sitting in there, and that's evident when Grania Quinn has been getting the ball, but also when Karen Atkinson there was able to clear quite easily. Oulart working it through the hands. Done. And this time she does find Shelley Keogh and a little bit of room in behind. She's been pursued by Ellen McGovern, but she is away, and she's got a chance here and puts it over brilliantly. Crowd right behind it, our cameras right behind it, and that's a great inspirational score by the captain just when they needed it, after they just lost their way in the last 5 minutes or so, just to keep them in touch at 1-4-3. And I'm going to go back to that chance by Maher from the free, which could have put 6 in it, and now instead it's 4. A couple of minutes to half time. Oulart will feel a lot better about that. 1 to get a score, but just to close that gap a little bit. 4 sounds an awful lot better than 6. That's a good diagonal crossfield ball looking for Heatherton, but it's brilliantly defended. I think it was Atkinson. No, it wasn't. It was Katie Roach who deserves the credit for that. She got in and amongst it there, and it was up against a taller and stronger player there, but did brilliantly. An interesting match-up there. Heatherton did brilliantly for the goal and used her strength and skill, but that time it was well read by the number 2, Katie Roach. So the Oulart managers working on their matchups, trying to get them right. Colin Sunderland in there with Kevin Kennedy. Laura Smith, the number 4 for Vincent's, doing well over there, and then speeding away, and there's lots of grass in front of her to go into. Puts it in low, looking for Donnelly. Finds her. Donnelly gets it, but she's hooked in there, and that's going to be cleared, and Stacey Keogh is going to try and get it into the forwards, but she's hand passed it straight to a Vincent's player, and now it's Donnelly again who will put it in there, but Atkinson is in the right place this time, and there's a lot of those balls from Vincent's need to be a little bit more accurate. They've been too easy. They've been feeding buns to the bear. cleared diagonally again over this side. It's Gallagher under pressure immediately from Elliott. Calls from the crowd for a freeze. Not given. We go on with the play. That's good play again by Dunn. She's had a terrific first half, and she looks for the forwards to try and get it, but the forwards getting very little change out of the Vincent's defenders in that first half. Brilliantly taken. Superb play there by Anna Sullivan. Great hand, but a great hand in the middle as well. We're now starting to get real quality. That was Aideen Brennan. She dispatched the ball over to the left hand side, but it's that girl Laura Smith there clearing our lines again. So many brilliant individual performances all over the field, but really both teams cancelling each other out. 1-4-3. It's beautifully poised coming up to half time. I think it was announced there that there's 2 minutes of added time. Cleared down into the right corner, looking for Maher again. Story on a booking. Afraid really, I'm sure, to go in and tackle too strongly. Just keeps her at bay though for the moment. Gets a bit of help as well. Atkinson comes in to try and sweep up and take charge of the situation, and that's exactly what the former All-Ireland winning captain does. Good clearance, but again outnumbered, but that's great work by O'Dowd despite being outnumbered and being chased now by Smith, and gets her free as well. That's super play by O'Dowd. Added time at the end of the first half, and it's 1-4 plays 3. Stacey Keogh in the green helmet plays it low, looks to get it back and gets it back as well, and then puts it in looking for Sinnott. But in there is the number 8 Anya Woods for Vincent, adding an extra player in there, and that told in the end, and she gets her free. And so much ball has gone into that area from Oulart, but it hasn't stuck. Could be very different in the second half, especially in the conditions, because they will have the wind that is there in their advantage. Well, it looks like they've died at the minute. I see the flags around the ground here are red and black as well. They look like they're Oulart flags, but that's the colours of Carlow IT that their teams wear. Ball goes off the stick of Atkinson. Brennan goes to sweep up this time. Dying embers of the first half in the bright sunshine here on the 20th of November. And I have to stress again, as the sun gets really, really strong just now, that Oulart have been playing into that sun, and there is the end of the first half. They'll be quite relieved, I'm sure, to get through that half after playing into that sun. And if it remains for the second half, it will be difficult for the goalkeeper at the other end. But so far, just the one goal in it, that important score by Niamh Heatherton after about 20 minutes or so. So 1-4-3. It could have been 6 at one point. It's down to 4. Intriguing, beautifully poised for the second half, and both sets of players coming in, and the management staying out there to have a word before they go in to talk to the players, and the crowd acknowledging the efforts by the players in the first half as they go in under the stand here to the dressing room. Lots of blue there from St Vincent's from Dublin. So I hope you've enjoyed the coverage so far. The kids are wanting to get a high five. We are live on the Leinster Camogie YouTube channel, and it is free to view thanks to Leinster Camogie. Ronan Kerwin says on there, best of luck to Oulart from Mikey Kelly. And we've had lots of viewers from all over the place. There's about 500 devices there. I would advise you to stay tuned, because we're expecting fireworks in the second half. We're expecting a big comeback from Oulart, so it's all up for grabs in the second half. For now though, we're going to take a break of 5 or 6 minutes. We will be back before the start of the second half. St Vincent's coming out for the second half here with a lead in the AIB Leinster Senior Championship final, and they're getting plenty of encouragement from the crowd up above them there in blue and white. The Vincents from the north side in Dublin City are down here trying to win this title for the first time since 2019. We have lots of comments coming in on the free live, free to watch stream on YouTube. Thanks to Leinster Camogie. The sun has gone in. That's why I'm losing my way a little bit. I can't speak because it's got too cold. It was beautiful in the first half, lovely and sunny. And it is chilly now and the sun has gone in, so it's a different look to it. This game finished in bright sunshine at the end of the first half. But look at the players. They're poised, waiting to pounce as Dermody goes to throw the ball in for the second half. I think we're in for a cracker, you know, in this second half. Really, really looking forward to it here. I'll pick up any changes as we go on, but I don't know if there's going to be much time to say much because there looks to be an intensity about the second half. This is what it all comes down to. The first half was just sort of trying to get a hold on the game. They sort of cancelled each other out a lot. Oulart had a lot of the ball, and look at the exchange here right away, tight on the sideline. It's a free for Oulart. They have such terrific battling qualities. Referee has got his notebook out, taking a little bit of note. Not sure what that was about. Maybe it's some sort of a little tick against a player, but he's given the free. And it's Mary Lacey, the experienced 36-year-old, putting it high in there, looking for one of the Sinnets to try and get something on it. They're going to put serious pressure on that Vincent's defence, who did so well in the first half. They're getting support now. Murren Kelleher back there, the captain. It's going to be all hands to the pump in the second half for the Dublin club to protect their valuable 4-point lead. But look, Aideen Brennan wins that brilliantly. And here is the pressure coming right back at them. Aoife Dunn, who has been the player of the game so far, striding forward, and she's got a free. She got advantage, but it's coming back. And you feel in the first minute of the second half that the pattern has been established. One goal in the first half went to Vincent's, but Oulart had plenty of the play. This is Curran, straight in front of the posts. Has she got it? Well, the roar went up even before the slither even reached the post, and then it dropped over. We're back to a 3-point game, and Oulart have that bit of a look about them. They have the bit between their teeth. They really are up for this challenge. It suits them perfectly. They love a game like this. They're behind, but they are chasing, and they have got it in the second half. You see that. I don't know whatever it was they got at half time, but they have come out and they've got a bite about them in the second half, and Vincent's are going to have to respond, and that's what they do. That's great play around the middle. They'll get no change out of the defence though. Anna Sullivan it was who did the good work again around the middle. She's had a terrific game. But Oulart, inspired by their supporters and by whatever was said at half time, and that's going to drop dangerously in for the goalkeeper. She has to watch it, and she does, and does well there, Cook. But again, it's been pulled back for a free, and the referee let it go, but he's going to bring it all the way back over to the right half forward position, and it looks like it's going to be a free for Oulart. So he's doing his best to give them advantage. Ray Kelly's over on the far side showing where the free is exactly. Vincent's under pressure in this second half. On the YouTube live chat, Veronica McGreevy, that's Bonnie of course, to anyone who knows their camogie, especially in County Down, has left a comment. Let's just watch this first though, as Curran nails it again. 2 in a row for Curran, 2 in a row for Vincent at the start of the second half. And Bonnie says this game just hit the pulsating heights of yesterday's Ulster final. 30 minutes to make or break each club's season. Hashtag Camogie. That's exactly right, Bonnie. I gather you had a great final yesterday up in Newry. In fact, 2 good finals there. Jane Tohill says, come on, Oulart The Ballagh for the second half. Best of luck, girls. Thanks, Jane. And Mackers says, are you watching the final? Well, he's having a private conversation with somebody there, but he's left it in the chat. The chase for the slither in the far corner, won by Laura Smith, as it was so often in the first half. Oulart need to get their full forwards involved a little bit more. And when I say full forwards, they left the Sinnets in there most of the time, and they didn't get much change. Oulart again winning so many important exchanges and moving the ball around expertly. And then Keogh, the captain, goes for her score, doesn't get it, goes to the right, goes to wide, but there's a feeling of inevitability about this game, the way that they have started the second half. Oulart, it looks like a matter of time before they grind down the Vincents. Let's see what Vincents are made of now. Smith sends it high down the left channel, but where's it going to go? Who's going to win this one? 5, 6, 7 players getting in there. Where does it come? It pops out and it's Vincent who have it, and I think it's Maher who's got it. She's going to be an important player in this second half. Leadership qualities. She does so well and then pops it off. Nicely taken as well, and I think that's Donnelly. They need a score. They've got a score. First point of the second half, and that was super work from St. Vincent's. And after all that pressure in the first 4.5 minutes or so, that's a terrific response from the Vincents. 1-5 plays 5. They've got their 3-point lead again, and Jerome Quinn does well in the middle of the field. Kicks it into space so she's able to pick it up. Gets help. Now that's dangerous, but no, it's not actually, because there's nobody in there. I thought there might have been someone in there. It just dropped short. It wasn't really strong enough as an effort at a score. And wasn't a pass either. And what it means then is that Oulart have got the ball, and here they come. Nice little interplay. Louise Sinnott in a bit of room, goes for her score. I think that's going to drop short. Keeper watches it, and my goodness, Dara Cook did get her hurl to it, but not cleanly. That could have ended up anywhere. As it is, it's a 65, and Sinnott took a knock there. She is feeling her left knee, so there must have been some sort of collision there when she got her strike away. But when they attack Oulart, the crowd rises, they rise, and their interplay is very impressive, and they just look like they're going to slice through the Vincent's defence. So thanks for your comments on the live chat there on the YouTube page. Feel free to leave your comments there as we get closer to the end, and at the end or near the end I'll be looking for your contenders for player of the match. We will stay on for that presentation and for the trophy presentation as well. Two of the heavyweights in Leinster Camogie. St. Vincent's won this in 2019. Oulart going for 3 in a row. Ray Kelly, the Kildare referee and linesperson there. Make sure everything is in place. And Curran, straight in front of the post. She's got 2 already this half. Make that 3. Two-point game again. Cook sends it low, looking deliberately for Ava Lamb, and finds her. That's a great puck out. And look where the ball's ended up now. Oh, so nearly Heatherton got there, but instead Oulart won the chase. That was a great puck out, and they managed to dispatch the ball very quickly and found room all of a sudden, and now it's a free in for Vincent's. It was really well played and well worked by the goalkeeper, because a lot of those puckouts have been won by our players back there. Vincent's managed to get the ball, and they got their free. And when there's a free, Aisling Maher takes it, and she doesn't often miss. The sun has gone, so it makes it a little bit easier there, even though there might be still a bit of a breeze. No problem to the 2017 Camogie All-Star. Restores the 3-point lead. Lauren Sinnott gives a bit of a signal. She's going to come to our side. It's dropping down high, a little bit of holding there, I think, but the referee lets it go, as he's done a lot in this game. It's what we like to see. That is O'Dowd going to ground. She's up again. Vincent's looked to have it. That's Smith in there, the number 4. She goes to ground and then rolls up again. Who's going to get it? Where's it going to pop up? And she has won it, and it's a free in to Oulart. Claire Donnelly not happy. She was gone to ground, and she seemed to have the ball, and there's protests from the Vincent's management as well. But the protests all in vain. Another free for Curran. She's put over 3. And you might see in one of the shots there that Vincent's are warming up a substitute. Looks like 22, and it is indeed. as this effort goes in and goes wide. So 22 coming on now, and that's Grace Gilroy. Her father is the famous Pat Gilroy, Dublin All-Ireland winning manager, and I hear he's back in with them this year for next year. So she comes in for Ali Maguire. And Maguire stops and has a conversation with her, I can see off camera, by the way. So she's giving her a little bit of advice as well. So a switch there in the full forward area. And I say an area, not a full forward line, because Vincent, I'm looking way up to her right, they have two players in there. There's Maguire coming off, got a great score in the first half, and always gives everything for Vincent's. So yeah, they've left two players up on the edge of the square. Niamh Heatherton is in there, and she's now joined by the substitute Gilroy. And there is Gilroy. Oh, lovely sharp touch by a player coming into the game so quickly. Number 22 looks behind her and then gets her shot away, but puts it tamely to the right. Sinnott switches the play over to the far side. It's well stopped and won for Vincent, and played back down into the left corner towards Heatherton. She's had company there from Kitty Roach at the end of the first half and now at the start of the second. That's Claire Donnelly, who's played well in this game, but she drops it in there, and in the right position Mary Lacey, using all of her experience, but then gives it away, gives it back. Wasn't able to get much power on it, but Oulart do win that exchange, and now they come away with it, and there's a little bit of room here for Keogh. And before that, Katie Gallagher went to ground. She took a strong hit there but got it away, and now it's Keogh in the green helmet driving forward but gives it away. Great start to the second half for Oulart, but in the last 5 minutes or so it's evened up a lot. Vincent's have tightened up in defence. Over carrying, free in for Oulart. 41 minutes gone, 11 minutes gone already in this half. 1-6, and Vincent's doing well to just repel Oulart a little bit. It was looking ominous, but they've done very well. Christine Thompson corrects me on the live chat. Thank you for that. She says it's a 45 in Camogie, not a 65. Of course it is, sorry. Isabel Fitzpatrick has put in an early contender for player of the match, as we watch that go to the right and wide. She's voted for Ava Lamb already, a little bit early, but I appreciate that. And Siobhan Peel says, come on the Vins. Beautifully poised as we go into the 43rd minute of this game. The Leinster Senior Camogie Championship final. It's been cooking all day long. It's had potential. I think we're going to have a grandstand finish. Oulart, the champions, under serious pressure. Can they get their game together in the last 10? They've been here so many times before. They've so much experience. They've Mary Lacey, 36, 37 years old. Ciara Story, been there so many times before. Karen Atkinson, an All-Ireland winning captain, 36 this Friday, 5 days away from her birthday. Will she get the perfect present? They work it beautifully around the middle of the field, and then Stacey Keogh goes for the high one. It's spilled, and it might spill kindly for Maria O'Dowd. Nice little transfer there by the captain Shelley Keogh, and gives it to Siobhan Sinnott, who gives it back, and a lovely strike and a lovely finish, and that's a great score from Oulart, and that's exactly what they can do. And there's the fist pump. Let's do this, she says. The captain showing real leadership. 43 minutes gone, and they've narrowed the gap. Dara Cook gives a signal. She's not going short this time. She goes as long as she possibly can. Drops around the middle. A nice touch there by Dunn. Just got a little tap with her stick there. And it's Oulart wanting to exert a little bit more pressure, to keep the pressure on. Ciara Story launches it in, looking for her full forward Shauna Sinnott, but she has had no change in there at all from the Vincent's defence. They've been brilliant. Deirdre Johnson has been immense in there and has had great support in there from Grania Quinn and the players around her. Can they hold it for the last 15 minutes? Because they are going to come under pressure, but that's going to be the key area, I feel. Brilliantly taken by Gilroy once again. That's the second time since she's come in she's taken it, but can't she offload it? She tries, but just can't. The end product wasn't there again from Gilroy, but she is showing potential when the ball comes in. She's very sharp. That one spills. Katie Gallagher charges looking for it and manages to upset the Vincent's defence and get possession. Just trying to get in behind here, Oulart, but they can't. That's Ellen McGovern struggling to get the ball away, and Curran has it on her left side, but that's going to go wide, I fancy. And it is, if it's even gone out, and it has. Curran, after a great start to the second half with 3 frees, has lost her way from frees and from play. Oh, that on her left side. Maybe it was a pass she was looking for. And there's a Vincent's player down there. I wonder, is it the goalkeeper from that challenge that went in, which was one of those where, was the ball in? Was it just not in? The Oulart player went in and charged for it. And the referee not happy with that challenge from Shauna Sinnott, and he is booking her for that. And the goalkeeper in a bit of distress there. She looks hurt. There's the management for Vincent's. Scoreboard behind them. Vincent's managed by Aoife Drumgoole, Tom Russell, and a few others in there. New management this year. They won the Dublin title. Now they're chasing a Leinster. The referee Dermody checking if she's okay to continue. There's the crowd behind the fence. Great crowd at this game, all enjoying it, and why not? Really well organised day. You see the helpers there in the bibs as well. They've organised this expertly at a superb venue here at the home of Carlow IT. So the goalkeeper fit to continue, thankfully, and we continue. Oh, that's brilliant play there by Ellen McGovern for Vincent's, but is it going to come straight back from Mary Lacey? I think it is. And it spills for Keogh. He tries to just run with it and head it along the ground and follow it, but it comes back. Great shot from our low camera there as Louise Sinnott almost runs into the camera and carries on, trying to carry the fight for Oulart. That's Louise Sinnott again, and she's got it in her hands and tries to poke the ball up in the air and find Aoife Dunn. She's been terrific, and that's a dangerous one in there, and it's Curran in there, I think, who's trying to get on the end of that, but it's been stoutly defended. She needs a bit of help. Referee monitoring the situation and letting them go. Laura Smith, number 4, has been immense over in that left corner, and she repelled that attack. Well, something has to give here. Oulart pressuring all the time. Vincent's firm resistance. They've another 13 minutes to go. They've a 2-point lead. Who's going to get there? Who's going to persevere? Who's going to prevail? Oh, brilliantly taken. That was Siobhan Sinnott. Got a star. Shauna Sinnott, actually, who got a stick to that. Looked like it might open up, but again, brilliantly defended. And a free out as well. I think that's Anya Woods going back there to take this, is it? As again, I'll try to make out the numbers from here. I think it was 8, but the goalkeeper's come out now to take it. She's recovered, thankfully. She's looking to see where she can go with this. Just high up the middle will do. And they all go for it. Beautifully taken by Aideen Brennan, and then she runs into a blue wall and she's going to get her free. Referee not happy with that challenge. He's given a few yellow cards in this game. No card that time though. But Aideen Brennan was sharpest, as you saw there again on the replay. Got a bang for her troubles, but sharpest to the ball, and those are the balls, the dirty balls that you need to win. It's resulted in Ciara Story now being over the ball. She just drops it in and around the house to see what can transpire, see if her forwards can get something on it. But that Vincent's defence stands firm once again, and it's Smith again. But she gives it straight back to the girls in red and black. And this is Katie Gallagher with a chance. Oh, she's put it to the right agonisingly for the Wexford club, and it's gone to the right and it's gone wide. They haven't been taking their chances after that bright start to the second half. They've lost their range. And there's been several players who've had a chance, but they just haven't found the target. So there's still 2 points in it. Vincent's go short this time. They work it to Ellen McGovern. Off she goes. She's been terrific in the second half. Puts it straight down the line, but it's going to come straight back because Mary Lacey always available in the right place. But then she gives it straight back. Vincent's go on the attack. Can they get here? Can they win it? Heatherton does well, and it spills for them. And there is a chance here, and it's Mar, of course. Switches to her left side, shortens her stick, and puts it over. Oh, that's brilliant from Mar. Just what they needed to relieve the pressure a little bit. You always want to get a score at the other end when you're under pressure, and there hasn't been a score for a while. And with 10 minutes to go, the 3-point lead is restored by Mar. Puck out from Lauren Sinnott. You just feel that Oulart are just trying to get a bit of momentum, but every time they do it, Vincent's just stifle them. Out in front again. Smith, of course. Play down the line. Not much room there. She kept it in. She has just about. Aoife Dunn. Brilliantly played and brilliantly taken, but there's a challenge going in that the referee has called immediately, and she, to be fair, Eva Marie Elliott has called herself, and she says, I'm sorry, that was accidental. It was just the angle she was coming at. I didn't see her coming. Beautifully taken on the run, and the collision comes in. Yes, that was a painful one. You could see exactly what happened. And it's a shame from a neutral point of view because it was beautifully taken. Brilliant bit of skill, and it looked like Oulart were away. Referee, I imagine, will give a yellow here, and indeed he does to Elliott. I think that's the 4th, maybe 5th yellow in the game. Painful one for Brennan. Brave, skillful play by her, but she's going to have to be courageous again to get up and get on with it. Little tap in the back from Louise Sinnott saying well done. Checking all the time on the live chat on the YouTube page to see what you're all thinking. We're coming to that stage where we will be taking your contenders for player of the match, although there's 9 minutes to go. It still feels a little bit early, but feel free to let me know what you think as we go into the closing straight here. Now I wonder, is Aideen going to be able to continue? There's an ice pack being applied to the side of the face. It's not a great sign. It'll take a lot to stop her continuing in this game. So this is the 2022 AIB Leinster Senior Championship Club Final. St Vincent's from Dublin, Oulart The Ballagh from Wexford. The champions of the last 2 years, going for 3 in a row. You can hear a lot of conversation in the crowd. It's just a lull in the proceedings. 8 minutes to go. Cormac McCarthy, Han says Katie Roach for player of the match. That's a good shout. Has played very well, especially since being moved on to Niamh Heatherton. Heatherton's goal is what separates the teams. That gap now down to 2. One 7 plays 8. 10-8, and we have a substitution. Oulart are bringing on Leanne Nolan, number 17. Don't see any sign yet of Una Lacey, another legend, sister of Mary. I wonder will they throw her on for the last 5 minutes.
Number 17, Leanne Nolan replaces number 13, Marie O'Dowd.
13 has gone off, Marie O'Dowd for Oulart. Dara Cook goes short again. Oulart, you would imagine at this stage, might be trying to press, but they haven't been. They've actually allowed Vincent to get a few short puck outs from the keeper, but they've done enough press to turn that over and win a free. So this is a great chance for Curran to bring us back to a 1-point game, and a little bit of a gift there for Oulart. So they've gone from 3 down a minute ago, I imagine, to 1 down, because Curran should put this over. Has she? She has. And all of a sudden, excuse me, all of a sudden it's a 1-point game. 6 minutes to go plus added time. I've been saying all day, There's going to be fireworks in the end of this game. It's going to be a grandstand finish. Down to a point. The crowd sense it as well. Oulart sense it. They've been unable to get close since the goal. At one stage they very nearly went 6 down if Aisling Maher had to put that one over the bar. Now they're back to 1. Keogh takes the fight to Vincent single-handedly, and she's blown, I think, for overcarrying, is it, or for charging? Thought she might get her free there, but doesn't. It's a free out. Remains a 1-point game. It's got very chilly here in Carlow, but it's certainly not chilly out there. It's hot stuff out on the pitch. No rain either, so the pitch in great condition, as it always is here in the college. Vincent's haven't been up the field too often in this half, but when they've got up, they've got to score, and they've done just enough to stay ahead. Gilroy comes in, and the chop comes in, and it's a free in. This will be a chance for Maher. Well outside the 45, but a chance for Maher. Right in front of the posts. Into a wind, and I'm just checking the flags, and yeah, there's a bit of a flutter there, so this will be a tough one for Maher. She'll take her time. 1-7 plays 9, 1-point game. This could be crucial.
Step left, Dado, step left.
Will she have the distance and the accuracy? You would never bet against her. Key moment for Maher. Strikes it well, strikes it high. Is it on target? It's perfect. 2-point lead again, and Maher so often delivers for her club. 2-point game. They're just keeping Oulart at arm's length. Can they hold out for another 5 minutes or so? That's well watched by Ellen McGovern, being so sharp in the second half. Ava Lamb puts it into the corner, looking for Maher. She's got out in front of Story. Story tries to come in, but Maher outwits her. Has room on the left. Story standing off a little bit. She doesn't want to foul. She's on a yellow, and Maher going all the way through. Goes for goal, and it's brilliantly saved by the goalkeeper, and manages to avert that. And that probably would have won the game for Oulart The Ballagh, but instead, or for St Vincent's rather, but Oulart repelled it, and now they have a chance, and they go route 1. As the sun comes out, they put it high in and around the D. Can Oulart get this ball? They can't. Brilliant defending again from Vincent's. And they're getting help from their forwards because Lamb is back there. And this girl has been all over the place, but this time she loses out. Ball just trails into the corner there. We lose it in the supporters. Right down by the scoreboard, which says 1-8 to 9. 57 minutes gone on that clock. 3 minutes to go. The ball comes out kindly to Stacey Keogh, and she puts it high in there, and she's got it over the bar, and the crowd rise to their feet in front of us to acknowledge that terrific score from the midfielder that brings it back to a 1-point game. Substitution for Vincent. 23 is going in, and that is Evelyn Toomey. Another change for them. And she is making her way up into the attack. And they've replaced Claire Donnelly, who's put in a terrific shift for her team today. So only a few minutes left. The Slither is back in play. Bounces kindly over the Oulart defence, and it's a chance for Vincent to get on the attack. Referee right there. Good play by Muireann Kelleher, the captain. Plays a lovely ball in, and of course it's Maher who outwits her marker Story again, and Story adds another chapter to this terrific performance by Vincent. Are they going to do it? They've got up the field, and Maher has delivered. Great play around the middle. Great finish once again by Maher, and they've restored that 2-point lead. Another substitute coming in for Oulart, and it is 18, and that is Katie Murphy. And she has come in for Siobhan Sinnott. Little bit of restructuring here. I'm looking off camera, and Oulart have sent Aideen Brennan, the number 6, into the D at the other end. So she has gone up. Vincent are going to have to watch that. So obviously Oulart are thinking we need something special in there, so they've sent her up into the attack. They're maybe thinking they're going to need a goal the way things are going. If they can get the ball up there. Aoife Dunn Oh my goodness, this girl has been so good in this game. Look at her taking the drive single-handed, and she's got it through. Oh, what a block there from Keogh. That was unbelievable. That could have ended up in the net, but instead it was brilliantly blocked in there, and I think it was Anya Woods in there. Now they might still get a score out of it. Well watched by the goalkeeper. Has she managed to clear it? She has. Oh, the drama here in Carlow, and it's not over yet, because the captain, Shelley Keogh, has got her score at the end of all that and gets it back to a 1-point game with 1 minute to go. Oh boy. Great bit of play there. Great passage of play from both teams. I think it was Woods who got in there with that block. There's another yellow card being shown, by the way. And it's a red now actually been shown to Vincent. There's a Vincent's player is going off. Didn't see exactly what that was for. I thought the yellow cards might stack up, and they have. A little bit of a dig as she went off there as well. Number 7, and it's Elliott, Eva Marie Elliott, who's been sent off. So Vincent's down to 14, as if we needed another little twist, another little bit of drama. The crowd getting very, very excited here. And you don't blame them. It's an Oulart ball. They have an extra player. Can they make it count? The signal goes up for 4 minutes. Plenty of time. Vincent's have it, and they clear. They've only got one player up, but that one player is a special player. That's Maher. She fights for it, but she's been outnumbered and outfought in there. The Vincent's girls battling for all they are worth to try and stop Oulart from getting up the field. Is there an equaliser in Oulart? They've battled all through this half. They've come back from 5 points down in this game. They've got within a point, but Jerome Quinn leading the charge. She's lost the ball. She's got it back. She's lost it again. Great play by Louise Sinnott for Oulart, but again, Vincent's, they somehow get the ball back. Something, I say, has to give in this game. It's a free for Oulart. Vincent's very unhappy with it, but it's an Oulart ball. Oulart have been knocking on this door for a long time. Can they make it open? Ciara Story, daughter of the famous Martin Story. She sends it into the D. Who's going to get there first? They need a score. They're a point down. Brilliantly taken, and they get it out to Keogh. Oh, it's the immovable object in there against the irresistible force, and the immovable object remains immovable. Heatherton tries to get to that. Kitty Roach is there, and Kitty does well, but can she clear her lines? Referee says play on. She gets a little bit of help. Mary Lacey does brilliantly, and it's a free again for Oulart. We're in added time. Remember, 4 minutes. I'm looking at the clock on the screen, 61:45. Clock on the ground says 62:18. It's a bit further ahead. The slither drops in and around the house, and it's going to spin out possibly for a 45. Kept in. Vincent's managed to keep it in, and that could be crucial. A 45 might easily have been converted. The ball remains in play. Vincent's dying on the ball. They need to hold out just a little bit longer, but Oulart pressing all the time, and that's lovely play by them, and they get it to Curran, who has so often got their scores. That one has gone well to the left and wide though. Oh my goodness, it's so tense, so tense. The clock on the ground says 63 minutes gone, so going with that, we have 1 minute left. The referee looks at his watch. Dara Cook puts it back into play. 1 point in it. Oulart, the champions, 2 years in a row, looking for a third. Try to get it in. Try to find Keogh, but it spills. Vincent's hanging on for dear life. They clear. They get it up to around halfway, and that's great battling in there by Karen Atkinson, but she's only taken the slither over the line. Oulart running out of time. Gilroy is over it. Referee coming to sort out and says the players need to get a little bit further back. This is all playing into Vincent's hands. Lamb is there, strikes it through a forest of players. At the end of it, it's the red and black who have it. They're on the charge. in the last dying seconds of the game. They need this lovely play. They're outnumbered in there, Oulart, but they try to transfer it. It's too intricate, and it's going to be St Vincent's coming away with it. And they have stood firm in this second half for so often. They've so many players back there fighting so hard, scrapping to try to win this title for the first time in 3 years. You have to admire them in this second half for the way they played. Now she's crowded out there, and the ball might go over the line. It does go over the line. It's a Vincent's ball. 64.5 minutes have gone in the clock in the ground. We make it 64. Referee looks at the watch in his right hand. Vincent's in no rush at all. Oulart are desperate to get this ball. The referee trying to sort things out. He looks at the watch again on his right hand, and he tells the players to get back. Vincent's so close. Referee puts the whistle to his mouth, and he blows. It's all over, and Vincent's have hung on. They have defeated the champions. Oulart were going for a 3 in a row, but Vincent's were going for a 3 in a row, but Oulart have at the end of the match just come up short. They are devastated. They are going down all over the pitch. They were going for the 3 in a row, but it's Vincent's who have prevailed. And the first player going over to shake hands, as you see there, is Aisling Maher. Although everyone around her is celebrating from her club, and she's getting a bit excited now, but she was very calm at the end there, and you see that lovely shot. That's what it means, and what a performance by the All-Star from 2017, a terrific performance, and she was key in that second half. She got such important scores when they managed to get up the field. St Vincent's from Dublin are champions again, the AIB Leinster Senior Champions for 2022, first time since 2019. They have got their cup back, and they have done it. They won the Dublin final on the day that Brian Mullins, the great stalwart in their club, passed away. They did it for him that night, and they've done it again. They have won the Leinster Championship. A great performance. It didn't look likely, I have to say, at the start of the second half, but they put in a terrific, determined display, and they just would not be breached. Oulart tried so hard, but the defence was amazing in there for the Dublin team. They just would not be beaten. They refused to lie down, and that's what got them over the line in the end. 65 minutes we make it played, and St Vincent's have held out to win by a point, 1-9-11. In the end, the goal by Niamh Heatherton, the Dublin Ladies All-Ireland football star, got the goal towards the end of the first half. But the scores from Aisling Maher throughout the second half and the defence also important. Now, from all that, can you possibly pick a player of the match? If you can, leave a contender there in the comments underneath the YouTube live stream. It won't be the official player of the match. That will be decided by Leinster Camogie, and they will make that presentation, and we're going to hold on for that presentation and for the cup presentation as well. So do stay with us and do send us your contender for player of the match. But looking up the field, Deirdre Johnson was fantastic in defence. Laura Smith at number 4 seemed to win so much ball, and of course Jerome Quinn is always 8 out of 10 at least. Ellen McGovern at number 5 was excellent in the second half. Anya Woods, I think it was, who got back there and had that terrific block in the last couple of minutes. Niamh Heatherton got the goal, which was so crucial. Ava Lamb was all over the place. Claire Donnelly was substituted near the end after putting in a terrific shift. Muireann Kelleher, the captain, of course, always gives everything. But you have to say, Aisling Maher was crucial in the second half with those very, very important scores. And for Oulart, lots of great performances all over the field in defence and attack. Katie Roach was terrific at number 2, and she nullified Niamh Heatherton in the second half. Aoife Dunn was excellent at number 5, one of the best players in the first half, and probably overall in the running for the player of the match award, although it will probably go to the winners. The two Keoghs, the twins, were excellent. Katie Gallagher, Louise Sinnott gave everything as usual, but in the end they've just come up short. Oulart The Ballagh going for the 3 in a row, but it's Vincent's who have the cup. They will get that cup in the next few minutes. For now, though, they are meeting their family and friends. The club from the north side all seem to be here. Lots of blue and white out there, young and old, out on the pitch. Don't see any sign of the trophy just yet. We see the president of the Camogie Association down there, and of course Linda Kenny is the president of Leinster, so she will be making the presentation. I'm trying to see if I can spot her, but I can't just at the minute. Can't see a cup either just yet. So while we're waiting, we're sending a camera in there in the middle of the celebrations to try and get some of the atmosphere and the passion in there and see what it means to the people in there. So that's the wide shot, but we've got a camera in there close to get up close. So we'll get that for you in a second. And meanwhile, Louise O'Hara in the live chat says definitely one of the backs for player of the match. I'm with you there. Alan Fagan says outstanding defensive performance by Vincent. Aisling Maher also great, keeping us in the game with vital scores. And Jane Toho says Aoife Dunn. So those contenders coming in. Well, we had a terrific game yesterday in the Junior B final. And there's Niamh Heatherton in the celebrations in there. And remember, we watched them last year against Jude's and they lost in the county final at Abbottstown. We saw them this year at Parnell Park getting that trophy back, and now they've got the Leinster trophy back as well. Don't worry, we are going to stay on, just waiting to see where the presentation is going to be. There's a lovely shot there with Claire Donnelly and Child in the middle there. She came off just before the end. Lots of nice pictures being taken there. And there'll be more when they get the cup. The blue flags as well, and look, there's Muireann Kelleher, the captain, being lifted into the air, and she's going to be lifting the trophy into the air in a few minutes' time. The girl from County Clare, captain of the club from the north side in Dublin City. And there's the young supporters for Vincent who have come down to Carlow and have enjoyed their day out and enjoying getting on the camera as well. Aisling Maher, by the way, has gone over to shake hands with all of the officials. They are all over at the back where the supporters are, and she's thanking them all. Her score's so important in that second half. And there's Heatherton. And she wants to have a word with Claire Donnelly's little one. Heatherton's goal, about 20 minutes into the first half, came just when we were saying it was so low scoring. It was 3 points to 2. And that score just put daylight between the teams, and Oulart could never get that back, no matter how hard they tried. And there's our camera again in the middle of the celebrations, and you see the excitement there and the light as well, and the sun coming in from that left hand side. I hear a microphone being tested. I can't see where it is, but oh, I'll tell you what it is. I can't know where I can't see it. It's down below us here, so we're going to have to use our sideline camera to come over and get a shot of this. There are a few pop-ups there, and it's just down below, just if you can imagine down at the bottom of that shot there where you see that sign for no smoking, just down in there. So the presentation is going to be down in there, so we don't have a line of sight, so our cameraman is going to kind of have to come out of the crowd and come over for this, and the speeches will be made there in the next few minutes. You see the two presidents there, the Leinster president Linda Kenny and the Camogie president Hilda Breslin. So they will take control of proceedings in the next couple of minutes, I would imagine. The photographers are all in place. And there's our cameraman coming over as well. All we need now is Muireann Kelleher, and she's been brought over. In fact, she's been brought over by Hilda Breslin, the Camogie president. Now we're going to have a cup presentation. The rest will have to follow. Now, where is Muireann going now? She's being distracted, shall we say. Everybody wants to hug her, but we need the cup to be presented. Muireann. She's coming. Nice orange boots as well. So we saw her on Parnell Park lifting a cup, and now we're going to see her here. She is in place. Siobhan Peel says absolutely amazing. Well done, Vincent. And now we hear Linda coming to the microphone. Jer Everson as well says well done, Vincent. Fantastic win.
I don't think I've commanded.
Okay, can we get Vincent and our team over, please?
If you can hear that, that's Linda Kenny asking for St Vincent to come over, and they are coming over. You can see Niamh Heatherton being given a piggyback, and the players slowly coming over. The cameraman is right there in place. And there is the shot. Nice shot there from Morris, right close to the proceedings with the Leinster Camogie pop up in the background, and that's Linda Kenny to her right. She's the president of Leinster Camogie. And the cup in place there with the AIB ribbons on it. And Linda just patiently waiting for the rest of the St Vincent's players to come over. First presentation will be for player of the match.
On behalf of Leinster Camogie, can I first welcome everybody here in the Southeast Technical University in Carlow for the AIB Leinster Senior Club Championship Final. Can I first thank, I want to say a number of thank yous first. First of all, I want to thank Southeast Technical University here in Carlow and Donald McNally and the staff of the sports team for affording us the use of this fantastic facilities for our final today. So could I ask everyone to give a huge round of applause and thank Carlow. Also, a sincere thanks to the members of Carlow GA and Carlow Camogie who have stewarded the venue today to ensure the safety of everyone, and also Carlow Order of Malta. I also want to thank our referee John Murphy and his officials, Ray Kenny, Liz Dempsey, Shane Foley and Brian Deary, and their umpires for a wonderful game, and what a sporting game it was. So thanks very much to our officials. I think everyone will agree that this has been an absolutely fantastic advertisement for Camogie and for the province of Leinster. So to both teams, I'd say absolutely congratulations on what exhibition that has been served up here today. I want to commiserate sincerely with Oulart The Ballagh and thank you for being wonderful ambassadors for Wexford Camogie and for Leinster Camogie over the past 2 years. I know you're very disappointed, but you have been and always will be a very good representative for our Wexford and for our province. So thank you very much to the players and management of Oulart. Today, I suppose, is Day Hunting out St Vincent's Day, and I do think this is a lucky hunting ground for you here in Southeast Technical University, where you won your last time here in 2019. So I want to congratulate you and your management on a fantastic display, and to wish you every success as you represent Leinster in the All-Ireland Series. I also finally would like to say a huge thanks to my fellow officers of Leinster Camogie work over the last number of weeks organising the Leinster Club Championship, and also to the officers of Dublin Camogie who are here today and Wexford who have assisted us over the past number of weeks. But if I could say a personal thanks, I know she won't mind, but she's been a great servant and she's a great St. Vincent woman to our treasurer, Patsy Hector. So, before we just finally present the cup to you, Vincent, there's a player of the match award to be awarded, and I'm going to ask, there's 2 awards, one from AIB for the toughest and one from Leinster Camogie. So I'm going to ask our Oulart The President to present the AIB one to the St. Vincent's number 8 on Yearwood.
Speech by the captain, Murren Kelleher, and now the players joining her for the obligatory team photograph, and the rest of the St. Vincent's Club family and friends all poised to catch it on their phones. Young and old enjoying the moment as St. Vincent's become champions and get that cup back, the AIB Leinster Senior Club Championship trophy for the first time since 2019, and the obligatory rendition of Ole Ole, which is perhaps appropriate considering that the World Cup has started today, and I think that song started with the World Cup in 1990 with the Irish taking over in Italy. Today it has been St. Vincent's coming down from the north side of Dublin City and taking over in Carlow and taking the cup away from the champions Oulart, who have been brilliant champions and put in a brilliant performance today. But it has been St. Vincent's Day. They have prevailed here and they have won. We hope you have enjoyed the coverage. There's a lovely shot from our sideline camera, Morris, getting the girls all in there, and they'll all want to get their pictures taken with that trophy in the next half hour or so, and then they'll go back to their club and get more pictures and have a good night there, I'm sure. On the live chat, Jordana Bowden says outstanding win for Vincent's, congratulations. And More messages coming in, all sorts of messages coming in, congratulating them and enjoying the coverage. We hope you enjoyed it wherever you were around the world. But for now, though, from Carlow, it's goodbye.